Superman versus Thor. Out of all the Marvel versus DC matchups, this one, in my opinion, has always been one of the closer ones. One of the fights where it's just a straight 50-50. The Kryptonian versus the Asgardian. It's about as good as it gets. And today, while taking the current version of Superman and the current version of Thor, we're going to try and figure out which one is ultimately coming out on top. So let's get to it. And starting out here, well, I want to talk about physicality, their strength, toughness, and then their speed. And Superman is obviously insanely strong. Like maybe the strongest guy in all of comics. As strong as the story requires him to be. He really has no known upper limit to his strength. Superman is able to casually move planets and shatter moons. He's accidentally destroyed a planet just by blasting off of it. Has turned around and bench pressed the weight of the earth for 5 days straight. Only barely broke a sweat. Literally just one drop of sweat after bench pressing the earth for 5 whole days. Absolutely absurd strength feat. And again, none of that is his definitive limit, as he's been able to contain black holes in the palm of his hand, move a compressed solar system all by himself, or even literally pull off infinite strength feats, like lifting the book with infinite pages. And Superman is just continuing to get stronger and stronger. It's been said repeatedly that he's stronger than he's ever been before. It's actually straight up surpassed the very concept of weight when it comes to his strength. His strength is essentially limitless. He's nearly destroyed the universe while fighting against another version of himself, or he's regularly been able to fight against villains who either had the power to destroy universes or were attacking him with all the combined power of a universe. He's beaten Darkfather with just one punch, an alternate version of Darkseid who possessed the anti-life equation. He's fought against fifth-dimensional beings in a fight that happened everywhere and throughout all time, all at once. He's shaken the infinite realm of the Phantom Zone with just his anger and threatened to finally let loose and destroy it. And of course, after sun dipping, he was able to one-shot the World Forger and destroy his replacement multiverse. He's got a whole lot of impressive showings. But you know what? Yeah, Thor's got some muscles on him too. Thor's able to destroy planets with just the shockwave of his strikes. He's threatened to knock the Earth out of orbit as he was arm wrestling against Hercules. He's managed to pick up and lift the Midgard serpent, a snake who is way bigger than the Earth. He's able to stretch from Earth all the way to Asgard, so across universes. He's even overpowered the crushing force of 20 different planets at once, and he's lifted and read his own book of infinite pages before too. And that's really just scratching the surface. Thor's been able to shake the whole universe with Mjolnir, done it several different times. He's been able to overpower Mephisto while they were in his own realm, and fought against Zeus, where Zeus said that Thor put up a better fight than any of the gods or titans Zeus had battled before. Then there's all the times where Thor has messed around with the world tree Yggdrasil. And in case you don't know, Yggdrasil is this hyper construct that supports all the 9 realms. I guess technically 10 realms, which are actually confirmed to be distinct and separate space-time universes. And even further, while Yggdrasil is said to be everything, have its roots and branches in all that is, and contain infinite different universes and exist across infinite planes of reality. So that's crazy. And Thor's managed to overpower the World Engine. It was a machine that was built into the very core of Yggdrasil, possessing the tree's full might. Funny enough, it's not the only time that Thor has gone up against the World Tree. When he was just a baby, he managed to shake every branch in the tree, and every realm in the branches, with just his cries. He's shattered Yggdrasil's roots before. He's been able to overpower and defeat Mythos, a being who, again, wielded the full power of the tree. So yeah, Thor is somehow comfortably universal in strength just by doing stuff like this. And a lot of these Thor feats aren't even touching the massive upgrades in power Thor has gone through recently. But we'll hold on to that for later, because what about durability? Well, for as strong as Thor is, and Superman too, they're equally just as tough. Like Thor's regularly been able to take punches from all sorts of villains who are strong enough to destroy planets with their attacks, take them, and keep on going. Each of these guys have confirmed planet level strength, and Thor is able to just keep on fighting. Seriously, Thor's said before that he could battle against the Hulk for a century. The Hulk. I have a hard time believing that Superman would be able to easily or quickly put Thor down with just his punches. He's just absolutely too tough. Really just want to stress how crazy his durability is. He can easily withstand planetary destruction. He's regularly brushed off punches from people as strong as Superman. He's got no problem facing down cosmic beings. Thor's been launched repeatedly across different universes and kept on standing, because he's Thor. But you can also easily say the same for Superman too. He's consistently been able to take punches from the likes of Doomsday or Darkseid or Green Lanterns and other Kryptonians. Superman's taken attacks from gods before. And each time, well, Superman still just moves forward and keeps on going. Really, nothing is enough to put him down. I mean, durability might just straight be a wash. They both are able to take pretty much an infinite amount of attacks, and those attacks can also be infinitely powerful. It wouldn't even matter. Both of them can take it and keep on going. However, even if you want to say that strength is a wash, if durability is a wash, that they're both roughly equals in that area, no question about it, Superman is the faster one out of the two. Yeah, no question. Because Thor just isn't the fastest guy you've ever seen. There's a reason why he's earned the nickname Thor Slowdenson. Meanwhile, Superman is one of the top 10 fastest heroes in all of DC Comics. DC themselves confirmed this. And Thor isn't that, at least most of the time. Because let's just say, Thor's speed can be super inconsistent. Sometimes in fights, well, he's slower than Wolverine or Captain America. Other times, well, he's been able to catch Hermes, the literal god of speed, who is moving too fast for anyone else to actually even see him. You can even argue that Thor straight up has immeasurable speed, just like Superman. After all, being the king of Asgard, he should massively upscale from Valkyrie, who's fast enough to travel across the 10 realms in the blink of an eye. Thor's been able to send Mjolnir flying so fast that it warps past the boundaries of space-time and travels distances that cannot be measured. Then Thor can in turn react to Mjolnir traveling back towards him, moving at those speeds. Superman is infinitely faster than the speed of light, to the point where just like weight has lost all meaning to him, so has space and time, and Superman can now cross distances that cease to be distances, basically pulling off instant transmission whenever he wants to. He's able to process information that quickly as well, and move that fast in a fight, moving within attoseconds, and even regularly tagging the Flash in fights. Superman's been able to routinely blitz opponents as well, like landing thousands and thousands of punches on Doomsday in just seconds, and doing this plenty more times in comics. You can say it's in character for Clark to blitz people at this point. And considering how slow Thor has been at his slowest moments, well, you could see something similar to this happening here too. So speed clearly goes to Superman. It would be super disingenuous to give Thor the edge here. Thor is just way too inconsistent to say he's actually faster than Superman or even close to Clark in terms of speed. But if we're using Thor at his best, well, you can argue that he can keep up with Superman here in a fight, in the same way they can keep up with Hyperion, Gladiator, Sentry, and Silver Surfer, who all have some absolutely crazy speed feats of their own, like traveling light years in just seconds, or even warping time and space using their raw speed. Heck, Thor's straight up outsped Surfer before. But yeah, all in all, Superman is faster, and that probably gives Superman overall the physical edge in the fight. So then what about their skills, their weapons, and other abilities? Now, Superman is an expert at using his powers and abilities in a fight. He's got the perfect combination of strength and power and speed and versatility. He's not a shabby fighter by any means. He's been fighting for decades. He's obviously picked up a few things along the way from Batman and Wonder Woman. And then with his heat vision and freeze breath, both reaching up to universal in power, well yeah, Superman is crazy powerful. But he's not beating Thor when it comes to skill, or weapons, or even other hacks and abilities. See, Thor has a millennium of fighting experience to pull from. Thor has repeatedly said that he's older than the human race, remembers mankind back when they were in the Stone Age. So yeah, a lot more experience. He's also got enough skill to match up against an amped Shang-Chi, so I wouldn't necessarily say he's a bad fighter or just a brute with a hammer. And with that hammer, well, Thor obviously has infinitely more hacks and abilities than Superman. He can drain someone's life force from them, manipulate matter on the molecular level. He even managed to steal the power cosmic from Galactus or separated Juggernaut from the control of Sidorak. That's really just scratching the surface. We're talking lightning and storms that can span across universes and can injure and fight back the Black Winter, Galactus' boss, plus literally all the powers and abilities of Odin himself. So like some truly crazy stuff. And that's really my last point. The God of Thunder has gotten so many permanent power-ups recently. Like for starters, Thor has the Odin Force now and all the powers of Odin that come along with it. And he is significantly stronger and more powerful, to the point where he's casually injuring and beating villains who he's really struggled with in the past. Like not just knocking around one of the strongest versions of the Hulk ever, but he's knocking around Odin and Thanos. He's definitely stronger than he was before. And again, well, he's got all the powers of Odin. So in theory, Thor could just straight up grow to the size of a solar system and one-shot a planet just by touching it. He can completely warp reality around him, even erase beings completely from existence. Things like that. Crazy stuff. Thor's also the son of the Phoenix and has a connection to the Phoenix Force. And with that power, was able to operate on a multiversal level, pushing back a multiversal wave. He's also still apparently got access to the power cosmic, where Thor was straight up able to overpower Galactus, killed Galactus, and fought against the Black Winter. And all of this, as of so far, seems to be sticking with him, seems to be here to stay. Thor also absorbed and gained the powers of Zeus as well. So at this point, it's literally two Allfathers in one body. Now, currently, Superman is also crazy powerful and has gotten some nice power-ups too. It's been repeatedly said that he's stronger than he's ever been before, to the point where concepts like weight and space-time have lost all their meaning to him. He's been knocking out universal and multiversal beings with just one hit. He said several times before that they could cut loose and destroy limitless universes. He beat King of Hell Doomsday with just one punch. He's so fast that it can basically do instant transmission out of anywhere, and is strongly implied to be literally immortal. Not just that, but this current Superman is essentially a composite Superman now. And as the Prime Superman is now the nexus of the metaverse, well, he canonically scales above basically any Superman you can think of. Superman is essentially the center of all reality right now, and the strongest Superman in the multiverse as well. So, end of the day, if they're both this absurdly broken and this overpowered, well, who's gonna win? By and large, I think it is Superman. At least it's typically Superman. But right now, I think Thor takes it. He's just so overpowered. He's got the powers of Thor himself, but also the powers of Odin and Zeus, and even connection to the power cosmic and the Phoenix Force. Like literally every power and ability out there in Marvel, they're just giving it to Thor right now. All Father Thor is just on a whole other level, and I think at this moment in time, well, he's going to be able to beat Superman. Good fight, hard fought fight, but the King of Asgard can take it. Thor wins.